Good evening, Internet, and welcome to a new Top Shift. I do believe this is number 22, and as of this moment, it is 5 days until we get Beta 3 at the end of the month. Now what I'm going to do here is, I've downgraded back to an Eagle. This is mostly due to my Lave radio friends who all decided that they needed to meet up at some point, and the only way to get there was to get hold of a Sidewinder, put a massive hyperdrive on it, and finally get back to where everybody else was. There is also another reason for downgrading to the Sidewinder. For those of you who've been following Elite, know that there's been a docking competition where you would take your Sidewinder out to 5,000 meters away from a space station, face away, ask for docking permission, and then from the moment you move your ship, you start the timer. At the moment, I do believe the record stands at 43 seconds. I think that might be owned by Commander Edley Weiss or Ben Moss Woodward, my fellow contributor on Lave Radio. My own time was something so horrific, I'm not even going to mention it here. But one of these days I might try. Oh, would you look at this? The fish has returned to Chango Dock. A lot of fish by the looks of it. I have one thing of leather to sell. Not much in the way of profit there, but every little bit helps. Now, let's see if I can get a bigger cargo bay here. One thing I have been wanting has been a kill warrant scanner, but you can see here, the F-rated kill scanner is quite high. Now one thing I should point out at this moment in time is the rating systems that they have for the equipment. Now, if you look down here, you'll notice that the second item after class is rating. Now that gives you an indication of how good these specific pieces of equipment are. In this case, F is also better than H. Now you always start at H, and let me point out that the power plant for an Eagle on H is nowhere near good enough to handle 3 weapons. It's not nice at all. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to see whether or not I can get myself a 4-ton... No, doesn't seem to be a 4-ton cargo unit there. But it doesn't matter. I'm not going to be carrying cargo for what I'm going to do. Now one of the things I've got tired of lately has been getting lost. And apart from going to the unidentified signals, there hasn't been much in the way of combat. So what I'm planning on doing now is going back to the combat zones around Iranin. Now the Iranian war or civil war has been left running.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Oh dear, I seem to be having joystick trouble again. Right, bear with me. Right, 1, 2. Yeah, it seems my trusty X52 is a bit unreliable as of late. I mean, it is quite an old joystick, but it does seem to go a bit funny on occasion, and that was just one of them. For those kind of things, I have to unplug it, replug it, and then it seems to be fine. But that's a bit of a downside when you're halfway through a firefight and lo and behold, the joystick goes funny. Not something you want. And there we have, there is a nice view of the planet there. And I boot is now, what planet is that I called again? I should know this by now. Chango, well, of course, we've just left Django dark. So, Iran it is then.
Drive charging.
Now, as I was saying earlier, oh, there it goes again. As I was saying earlier, Beta 3 is coming in 5 or so days.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're getting quite a lot. I'll go through some of the things. Multiple ships. Apparently this is we have our flying ship, but we can buy additional ships and leave them at certain docks. So you can go and find. So you could go off trading in your Cobra, build up a load of money, but if like me you fancy going back and having a bit of a scrap for something, and you like flying the Eagle, I do, then you'll be able to go back to the place where you stored your Eagle and swap it out. It wouldn't cost you money or anything like that. You just pick it up and fly it out, and you can have as many ships in as many places as you like, according to Frontier, which is a good one. And it also links in very nicely with the Mercenary Pack, which is available on pre-order. For that, you get a free Eagle. This is one of the ships. This is this ship. And I'm not going to show whether or not it's in red, but mine's in British Racing Green. The other thing that's being added is they're making the playing area 5 times bigger. Now with that, I mean the following. We go to the galaxy map. Here's our pill. Our jagged little pill. And this is the playing area at the moment. Well, they're planning on making it 5 times bigger. Now, I don't know whether this is going to mean that Lave is included or Sol is included. I do know that we're supposed to have some Imperial systems. And because we've got some Imperial systems, we've got some Imperial ships which are going to be made available to us, including the legendary Imperial Courier. Now, we've got a lot of players who are very interested in seeing these Imperial ships. So it'll be interesting, now that we've got all 3 factions in the beta, to see if there's any reputation effects that kick in. One thing I have noticed, a lot of the Federation and Independent missions have got populated text and flavor text. The Alliance missions haven't. Again, this is probably due to the beta, and we're expecting things to get sorted out in that point. Oh, hang on, I have just completely missed a random 2 because I was too busy looking at the pill. So there's a random 2. Let's bring the speed down and approach in a relatively controlled manner. Another sidewinder there. Dirty Clint, but he's not a commander. As far as the docking competition is concerned, I think there is a free Alliance regional telecast coming on those. The intrepid reporter Moise McTavish has been trying it himself, and I don't think he's been managing too well. So, Federal distress signal. Let's see how all these sidewinders fare up against my Eagle. Now, the last thing in Beta 3 that I'm hoping for, but cannot guarantee, is player interdictions. Now, in the last video cast, I was a little bit disappointed about the fact that the interdictions have been switched off, or it feels as if they've been switched off. Now, it'll be understandable for them to switch them off if they're in the testing period. I just hope that they do switch them back on again for the proper full release of the game, because I must admit, I am missing them a lot. The game doesn't feel elite without that slight threat in the back of your mind that you could be jumped by pirates. And also, the lack of combat just sometimes gives the impression that the game is nothing more than a sort of space trucking simulator, when there's more to it than that. Right, we are we are federal, and I am targeting the nearest. That'll do. EPP fighter. Who's harmless? Haha! Oh, mostly harmless. In that case, he's better than me, allegedly. Oh, that fire group looks wrong. Right. Now I have a different kind of setup here. That impeccable just takes so much damage, and oh, it's been there for months. Oh, where do you think you're going to? Now the thing about the Eagle, more manoeuvrable and faster than a siding like that. And more heavily armed too. Almost got rid of his shield. There we go. Now as you notice, I'm not using any gimbaled weapons. That's mostly because in a maneuverable ship like this, you're not really supposed to do that. Ooh, let's get this. For a mostly harmless pilot, he's evading quite well.
Target shields online.
Shields back online. Typical. I'm out of practice. Mind you, I haven't played for about a week, mostly due to the fact that I've been rebuilding my setup.
Offline.
And there we have.
Target destroyed.
Now, normally, if I was in the old sidey, which is the couple pulse lasers, that would have probably taken me a lot longer. Now that my ship is slightly more heavily armed, making short work of his shields.
Target shields offline.
Oh, now he's panicked. Now, the closer that you get to somebody with these beam lasers, the more damage you will do. I think that's part of the emphasis on close combat.
Target shields online.
Knock the shield down quite quickly.
Target shields offline.
Almost.
Target destroyed.
Now, one of the things that I've noticed players doing lately is that they hardly bother upgrading to other ships. I think one of the things that they want to do is see how much they can upgrade the basic Sidewinder into something spectacular. And it is quite it's quite surprising what you can achieve in the Sidewinder. I mean, for instance, when I upgraded the drives in
Target
it,
shields online.
I ended up with a jump range of about 30 light years, which is what enabled me to head back to catch up with everybody at Lave Radio in the first place.
Target shields offline.
Now, there are rumours that some commanders have actually got off
Target destroyed.
the harmless rating into mostly harmless. And a lot of these people now say that it needs about 300 or so kills in order to move to mostly harmless. I haven't seen that anywhere officially confirmed, but I've got a long way to go, because I don't think my earlier kills here, I think it was 160 kills there, counted towards that total of 300. So, right. Balance everything out and try this low intensity combat zone. Now, I've tried this one before in the double pulse standard Sidewinder. I got my bottom kicked, so I don't know how this one's going to do.
3, 2, 1, engage.
And there we go. It takes a little bit of going from time to time. Right, let's make sure that we don't overshoot our conflict zone. And welcome back to Top Shift 22. And last night I didn't have much luck. The servers crashed as soon as I tried to launch from here. So I've come back tonight. Apparently the servers have been up and running all night, all day so far. So for Beta 3, let's have a quick look. Now, I'll apologise in advance. I seem to have picked up an awful cough. So if you hear me suddenly break off mid-sentence, that's probably because I've got a coughing fit. I've muted. Right. Let's have a look about. Oh, there's the planet. Do like the new blast shield design. It does seem quite enhanced.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
Right. Oh, look at that. Does that mean your thrusters can move to a maximum of 176 before slowing down? That's actually quite powerful. Right, well, there is the blue planet of Iranin. As you can see, very Earth-like. And in my opinion, I think they've gone and increased the resolution on those graphics. It does look very pretty. Oh, and you can also see in the background there, they've also added in nebulas into the night sky. It's looking very black. And there, of course, there's the Milky Way galaxy in the distance. So far, it looks like the graphics engine has been tweaked a little bit. That's always a good thing. It just feels like you just left the International Space Station. It's quite something to look at. Right, so apparently they made changes to the galaxy map. So I'll have a quick look at those first, before we go anywhere. Galaxy map. Here we go. Right. Now I'm going to zoom out here so that we can see the new play area. And wow. That is a much bigger pill than it was before. And Sol apparently is still outside the radius, even though it does look as if it's in the centre. And Akena, that is the Imperial homeworld. It looks as if it is also outside the centre. I don't know whether or not we'll have any Imperial worlds in this pill, but judging by the fact that they've added the Imperial Clipper or Cutter or whatever they want to call it, I think we should see some. But again, just to give you an idea of the sheer scale of this game, that is 2,500 systems in this pill. And you pull it back, and I get back more, and back more. And you can see compared to the rest of the galaxy, it's still an insignificantly small dot on an insignificantly small dot. Back to a running. Right, as I was saying, they've also improved the navigation. So if I choose weird, instead of you actually manually having to work out what the trade routes are or how to get there, you can see it's now highlighted in yellow. Very, very pretty. And you've got fastest routes as well. So you can work out. You can leave some of the calculations to the computer, but there will be some there where you'll be able to work out things better manually. There's a normal map. Yes, they have added the Empire in. Just can't see any at the moment. Lots of federal worlds, lots of independent worlds. And here we are, just zooming out, you can just see these fantastic dots, and it kind of looks like honeycomb, doesn't it? I don't see any blue in there, which is supposed to be the Empire. I guess we'll come back to that at some point. Options. Ah, yeah. So overall, that's vastly improved over what was there before, which was already astounding. So what's in the system now then? So pretty much as it was before. Oh dear. Server's gone again. We'll try again later. It seems I have been reset. Back to the orbital station. And there you can see the whole of the orbital station in its sun-drenched glory. Yeah, as Ban Orbital. You can also see the ship's shadow against the shining off the surface there. There's the night side of Iranin. Well, as we established, there's not much change to the system map, or I haven't gone into much detail with it. I'm going to head to Azerbaijan City and hopefully trade up from the Sidewinder. Now last night I discovered that in order to start in this game again, I had to go through all the tutorials to get my pilot's license. Now, although it was quite nice, I did discover the mechanic where the other ships now interdiction, and this adds just a whole new dimension to the game. Because not only can other NPCs interdict you, other players can as well.
3, 2, 1, engage.
There's a new effect for going into frame shift. We're slowly climbing out of the gravity well of Iranin. So what does Beta 3 get us? Well, new ships, player interaction, interdictions rather, mining, extra equipment. They've tweaked the outfitting again. Oh, interdiction. How do you get out of interdiction? Oh no, there's something to do with that. These days. Here we are. Escape. Interdicted. F. Okay. He hasn't deployed weapons. Oof. It's an anaconda. Wow.
Scan detected.
Now, one thing that we have discovered, which is quite important, is the anaconda has been raised to something ridiculous for the price of the ship. The reason for that is you can now buy a little add-on, and you're now able to fit Sidewinder size vessels inside an anaconda. It effectively becomes a carrier.
Drive charging.
So you can imagine that. I mean, I don't know if they've implemented this, but you could flip out on your own. Could you fly around in defense in one of these smaller ships? Quite interesting to see. Oh, look at the amount of players. That is phenomenal. And we're not having any problems with the server, which is good to see. Right, let's leave it there and slowly approach. Now I've got the music on. Normally I don't have the music on because I prefer the bleak, soundless vacuum of space. Here's one of the first real tests. Well, look at that. That came out very, very quickly. We've got a player there, already in a hauler. Now, the other change that they've made that I'm very interested in is the flight model or the flight assist off. So, I'm going to test that after I've upgraded my ship. I'm not quite sure what to yet. Seem a little glitchy, sort of not as smoothly animated as that could be my graphics card. Oh look, you can see my ship's shadow. Oh, silly me. Should ask for docking permission first. What do you think? And there we are.
Request granted.
16. This is Cobra Trot as well. Let's get in. Where is docking bay 16 now? Alright. Oh. What the heck? Do they have a power failure? right behind me now. Oh, there's docking bay 16 right there. Means I'm gonna have to go around again. I think it might be because we have so many players going on as Advanced City is why it's being a little bit jobby.
Warning, landing gear not deployed.
Good point. No landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
So this frame rate has dropped horrendously. Well, look, you can see the sun. With the drop in frame rate, it does make it a little bit more difficult to...
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Right, into the hangar. Ah. I think it's playing catch up. Nope. Not letting us into the hangar. What have we done wrong? Oh. I've got damage somehow. Oh, probably in the interdiction. Apparently, if you get dragged out of interdictions, you get damaged. That's nice. Right, what have we got for the shipyard? Oh. The only shipyard we've got, the only item that we've got, is a Sidewinder. And there you can see its basic cost is 32,000 credits. Well, that's not good. I'll have to leave that. Oh, right, look at this. We've now got the local security office, Pilots Federation. Oh, that's a lot nicer than it was before. Commodities market, has that changed? Nope. But it does seem to be populated with a whole load of goods now, which is good. In Alpha 2, most of these were just 1 ton available. So I don't know how long that's going to last because, you know, it's only the first day. Now, where would be the best place? Yeah, we'll take leather. Which is fine. And then we'll go onto the bulletin boards to see whether or not there's any missions to Ibutis. Because Ibutis likes leather. Kinky place. Right. Those are the oh, I do like the fact they've now splitted it into available missions and available but unobtainable. Now I'm assuming that's unobtainable because you don't have enough cargo space or jump range or that kind of thing. Yeah, probably a bit of both. Looking for couriers to Dahan. We're not going to Dahan. We're not also going to All In just yet. No, not going to Dahan. So there's nothing there that we can really go for. So I don't know why the frame rate here is dropping to sort of like 6 to 12. I'm just going to have to assume it's because it is so busy with other people. Right. So I'm going to set... Ooh. Setting the navigation for iBoots. Is it iBot Otis? Is it iBo Otis? I still haven't been able to pronounce this properly. And launch. Eventually. I think it'll be a good thing to get out of this station because the frame rate is so low. It'll be interesting to see if it's still got the same problem with the system. Because this is the starting system. Ooh! Ooh, look at that. That was a bit of nasty wreckage. It's a bit lucky.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
Right. We've got 5 minutes to leave the station. That shouldn't be a problem. Commander Molly Millions. Hello, Commander Molly Millions. Oh, and a Viper there doing... Oh. I think they just jumped. They must have just jumped. Right. iBoots. Otis. There we go. We just need to get out of mass lock range and we should be good to jump. Wonder if they made any changes to the hyperspace jump routine. Right, let's find out.
Drive charging.
Don't think we've gone into hyperspace just yet. Have we frozen? Oh dear. I think we may have frozen. I might have to flip this through into solo mode then. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop this for the moment. Well, we appear to have arrived in iBootis. So, let's select good old Chango Dock. And I must admit, that does look a lot prettier than... Mind you, I am in real space, not in frame shift, so that's always different. And when you look around, you can see the dynamic shading. It makes all the difference. Because you can hardly see your cockpit if you're facing away from the sun. As that is a fantastic lighting effect.
Drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Doesn't seem to be many people about on this one, so fingers crossed. It's quite sad really because I want other players to be about. Oh, there we go. A whole load of other players. Maybe it just takes a little while for the scanner to kick in. Right, let's see if the old trick of matching the light seconds to your decreasing speed of light works. I think the joystick's gone a bit funny again. Oh. Just me fix my joystick when it's all... Yeah. I find I'm having to increase the dead zone on my joystick for some reason. That's about right. Now those bright stars you see moving about, they are the ships. Some of them will be other players, some of them will be NPCs. And you can see there's actually quite a few here as well. Lots, you can tell by lots of sidewinders, a couple of vipers. And welcome back. We appear to have had another crash, I'm afraid. So I'm now going to restart the game and put it into solo mode. And as you can see, the frame count is quite high. I've also switched off the music during the gameplay. Though if I ever do get a docking computer, the Blue Danube stays on. It's tradition. Now, as I look about for a brand new ship, one of the things I have been looking about with the last week or so in Beta 2 was what has been nicknamed the Oculus Thrift, or as it's more popularly known, Google Cardboard. Now, Xavier from OddSheepGames.com has come up with a fantastic little app called Trini's Grey, and it allows you, Android phone, to act like an Oculus Rift. And with using OpenTrack to handle the head tracking, you stick your Android phone into your Google Cardboard, find some way to attach that Google Cardboard to your face. Link your Android handset to the computer, either directly with the cable or over the Wi-Fi. And if you manage to set up things correctly, then lo and behold, you do end up with a really nice virtual reality experience. Now, I'm not saying it's as good as the Oculus Rift DK2. I had a go at that at Fantasticon, and even now I'm still blown away by it. I mean, in order to track the space station, I would be just turning my head gently. But for something that just costs £20, assuming of course you've got a high-end Android handset, yeah, that can't really go wrong. I've really recently invested in a more robust headset called the Color Cross, which was available from eBay, and that did seem to do the trick a lot better.
Request granted.
Okay, Bay 44. No way have a decent ship this time.
Scan detected.
I do apologise, but this cough is actually feels like it's killing me. And the carriage down. No crimes detected. You're free to go command. Oh, no, I'm not surprised. Free cat, law-abiding citizen here.
Docking successful.
This will be my
Engines
second trip
disengaged.
into Starport Services. I do like the new animation they have there. Right, refuel door. Now, bulletin board. Does anybody want leather? Nope. Gold's purchased. What that one is. Non-lethal weapons. Nope. Right. Commodities market. There we go. So a lot of demand for things here. Look at that. High demand for aluminium all the way through to uranium. That's good to know. That's certainly improved. High demand for leather. So let's buy 4 computer components because I'm going to All In next, and they always sell well there. Oh, before I do, yes, there's the Eagle and a Type 9 Heavy. Oh my goodness. Have you seen the price of the Type 9 Heavy? 76 million credits. Wow. It'll be quite a while before I can afford one of them. Oh, I do like the new logos next to the ships. I think that's really nice. Wow. I wonder whether or not that ship can take small fighters as well. I wonder if we can get another cargo rack fitted. Two pulse lasers. Yeah. Ah. You can have a cargo scanner if you wanted. Yeah. Kill warrant scanner. Oh look, there's an A graded one. That means it's well, I wonder what that actually means. How much better that is. It'll probably scan faster. Sensor suite. You could have really good scanners. Class A scanners for 20,000 credits. I might come back here and equip the Eagle with it. Because I think I'm going to need it for an Eagle. Oh, hang on a second. There is something I forgot. There we go. Feels more like my ship now. Right, back to the bulletin board. Sortie is available in Iranin for 27,000 credits. Kill 9 ships in a war zone. Not in a Sidewinder, you don't. Not going to Styx. still not going to sticks. There's an awful lot of stuff going to sticks there, so I think I'll just give that a miss. Right. All in it is then. Now the Google Cardboard setup with Tinius Grey, it did take quite a while to configure, but Xavier, the developer, he has been refining it quite a lot recently. So with a bit of luck,
Ship
I
released.
might have my
Engines
Oculus
engaged.
Rift by the time the launch party happens.
Landing gear retracted.
Well, as I am now part of Lave Radio, of which I think we did an episode a couple of days ago. I've also been invited to the launch party, which I am thoroughly looking forward to. Mostly because I think there might even be a chance I might meet David Brightman myself. But it'd be nice to put names to faces and catch up with everybody from LaveCon. Right, let's see if hyperspace works this time.
Drive charging.
Fix that. It does look a lot darker. Must admit, I think I really do like that exit mechanic there. It felt different. And this sun's giving off a different kind of light. The place feels warmer, if you see what I mean. The Ibuti sun seemed to be very sort of brighter and sharper. This one has a nice kind of almost orange glow to it. Different start times. There are different start times in this beta. And one of the most important things about these start types, you can fuel scoop for some of them. Again, you've got to buy a fuel scooping module that will happen automatically once you get close to a star. However, sun diving is not recommended. Now, I know at some point you're supposed to be able to fuel scoop from gas giants, but that's not been implemented yet, so hopefully fingers crossed in Gamma. The final bits of news really are to do with the books. I'm almost finished T. James's Out of Darkness book. That has been a really good read. I would recommend it to anybody. It's definitely one of the good Interdiction. And I take it I tried submitting to... What the heck was that? Well, you get through the escape
Scan
velocity
detected.
and you're fine. Ah, I see, so my ship's fine now. Because I was able to use the
Frame
exit
shift charge
vector.
detected.
Yeah. Nice and safe. Thank you, Mr. Viper, for ruining my trip. he's off, so I'll
Drive
just...
charging.
You get.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So if you want to exit the vector, then if you want to exit an interdiction without causing ship damage, then it's obviously you follow the exit vector. So how do you escape being interdicted? Something to be found out, yes. There's on an Enterprise station. Still one of the most impressive stations I've seen. Of course, every Orbis station is now different. Each is built up with different kinds of rings and modules and cargo modules, but All-in has most of them. And there's also, what is the other one, the Oculus? Whether or not it's a tribute to Oculus Rift, I don't know, but...
Request granted.
Landing pad 42 always makes me laugh. Because you're not sat here in my dressing gown. Although this bit does remind me as if you're docking at Babylon 5. I think they always will, these Orbis stations. Nice and easy. Can't get over the price of that Type 9. It'll be quite a while before I can afford that. But I do like the fact that they put the interdictions back in.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Apparently there is a bug that fuel is 10 times more expensive than it should be. They're working on that one. There we go. Right, bulletin board. Anybody want computer components? No. Nothing. Commodities market then. Here we go. A little bit of a profit. Not too much. More than it pays its way. So here's the biggie. What's in the shipyard? Oh my goodness. The Anaconda. Ah, so the Type 9 cannot be upgraded. You can see in the last sentence, the Anaconda can also be upgraded with a docking bay, allowing small fighters up to Sidewinder size to be carried and launched. That makes that ship a potential carrier and very scary. Oh, I could afford a Viper. Ooh. That's a bit tempting. Sidewinder. Eagle. So what's the last one? Hauler. One small hard point. Technically though, if I wanted to make a whole load of cash, the hauler would be the way to go. But the Eagle's more fun. but I was at Viper level before, so I'm having a Viper. Look at this. This is part of the whole new trick. I can sell my existing ship, or I could actually say, no, keep this Sidewinder all in, and you can buy a brand new ship. This is the first of the multi ships. But at the moment, I think I will just get a Viper. Equip it with a whole load of pulse lasers in case that I'm going to be attacked. And see how many cargo engines I can put on it. Right. So I'm now down to 100,000 credits. Just 100,000. Outfitting. Oh look, mining lasers. I wonder if I could go mining with this thing. Probably. Right. Oh, that. And that. Put a couple of burst lasers on instead. Well, yeah, we've got a class 2 mining laser. You need to have a refinery fitted to your ship, though. Class 2 pulse laser, 35,000 credits. Tempting. Class 2 multi-cannon. Wow. Oh, now look at the prices. 500,000 for a class 2 beam laser. What was my favourite weapon as well in the last couple of alphas? Oh. Right, where's the boss? The burst laser, we'll have that one. Right. Internal compartment. We'll have another cargo capacity, thank you. Oh, look, there's a fuel scoop. So that converts scooped fragments into usable resources and requires a mining laser. And there's the frame shift indictor. Oh, and there's one very important thing to do about a Viper. Apply the paint job. Ah, I feel so patriotic right now. Oh, I do apologise for this. Can't improve the thrusters. Can't improve the reactor. Oh, do we have any new utility stuff that we can have? Oh, electronic countermeasures, ECM. When deployed, causes affected ordnance to lose its lock. Fantastic. Kill warrant scanner. That's what you want. If I'm going to start bounty hunting. Frame shift wake scanner. Oh, fantastic. Means you could start tracking people through hyperspace. Or a point defense turret which destroys missiles and torpedoes which are fired on you. Alright then. Commodities market. The old alphas. And the early betas. This was the trick to do. You take progenitor cells back to Ibutus. Let's see if that's still the same case. Actually, is there anything in the bulletin board that wants to go back to Ibutus? Earning. Oh, where do you get semiconductors from? Sensitive delivery work? No. To Iran. Not going to Iran. Right. Unfortunately, I forgot that when you do max out the vehicle with cargo, the range just drops like a stone. With this much valuable cargo in it, I don't really want to get into a tussle.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
That's something nasty.
Landing gear retracted.
Oh, good grief, I forgot how maneuverable this thing is. Right, here we go. Maximum speed of maybe 300 if it keeps on going in a straight line. Oh no, it does seem to be maxing out at 298. That's definitely changed. Right. This is the other thing I wanted to test. The new flight assist off mode. So,
Flight assist off.
oh, listen, you can hear that the engines have stopped. So what happens if I do that? That's quite slow. Well, there's a nice view of the space station as we fly backwards. Let's reverse thrusters. Oh yeah, that's actually quite nice then.
Flight assist on.
Well, that to me is absolutely perfect. That's the kind of thing I wanted. So, well done, Frontier. Hats off to you. I know that in some cases you didn't want that implemented, but
Drive charging.
we'll have to wait and see how that works out in combat.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
could have gone to the nav beacon and done some scanning. I'll be there a while. Right, fire groups. Let's set them up. So the burst lasers are on first. That's on second. So you set the second. And the kill one scanner on one. And the basic discovery scanner on the other. You can have them ready like that, just in case you get dragged out of the wrong moment. And if I do that up, it will charge the Discovery channel, Discovery scanner. Who has to? I guess that big foghorn sign means that nothing was found. Too fast down there. It's just worth it for the other one. As far as the modules are concerned, we're running at 95%. So I'm going to deploy the guns when we come out of hyperspace and make sure the life support's alright. Otherwise you have to do some mucking about with the priorities. I might be tempted to actually buy another ship, an Eagle, and leave it here. Maybe after I've made a bit more cash now. I want to upgrade to a Cobra as soon as possible, because the Cobra's got far superior cargo and cargo capacity. And it is basically the best all-rounder in the game so far. So this means I can go back to doing this again. And then doing a nice slow flyby of the station's backside. Oh, there's a Bootis or Chango in the distance. Still, you know, these graphics are every single time you just see something and just makes your jaw drop. Which is what I think they're really
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Okay, check that.
Request granted.
Tightened up the yaw on the Viper. It's nowhere near as responsive in the yaw as it was.
Scan detected.
Hey, I'm nice and neat on storage.
Fly responsibly. Ensure you complete docking procedures within your allotted time.
Oh yeah, as I was saying with the Elite Fiction, it's not just... There are 3 extra books that have been done by Gallant, and one of which...
Docking successful. Engines
They're
disengaged.
called Docking is Difficult by Gideon Defoe. Now Gideon Defoe writes the Pirates books, and you may have seen the Pirates on a film done by Aardman Animation. Now, I would actually recommend that book because it can sometimes capture the hitchhikers-like atmosphere that people have in Elite. And what happens with poor exploding pigs? Oh dear. There aren't really pigs, but you'll get the gist. I would recommend it. I thoroughly enjoyed the read all the way through. It does seem a tail off at the end, but the jokes up to that point are well worth it. So it's available on, I think, paperback and on Kindle, and I've read mine on the Kindle. So fingers crossed that that one's doing well. Now, finally, I'm just going to see how well I've done with this. I can't even pronounce these things. Lord good grief, look at the fuel. 378 credits just for that quick jaunt. Ooh. This had better be worth it. Oh, there we are. Ooh. 1,240 credits per ton. So if that's the case, what happens if there's something in the bulletin board? Always check the bulletin board. Doesn't seem to be anything there that people want. Well, people want to go to sticks a lot. Oh, I'm not going to kill off 3 civilians, that's not nice. Find us some superconductors. Everybody seems to like superconductors. Oh, look at this. That looks like an assassination mission. Now what that would entail is that you have to fly around Iran, stopping at as many unidentified signals as possible until you find the ship War Essence and then destroy it. I suspect for that much money it'll be something horrible like an anaconda. I made a mistake of taking on an elite rated anaconda in the last alpha, in just an eagle. And how the heck I managed to escape from it, I have no idea.
This station operates a zero-tolerance policy towards criminal
Right.
infractions.
So let's make a bit more money. Where did I put it? Right here. So almost 10,000 credits in pure profit. That was worth 300 and odd credits in fuel. What could we take back that way?
This station operates a zero-tolerance policy towards criminal infractions. Obey
Computer
station.
components. And I think we'll leave it there. Thanks for bearing with me, especially with the bad cough, and hopefully I will see you out in the void. Good night.